This thing doesn't live in a swamp.
This thing's got, what, a 25, 27-foot neck?
Brachiosaurus 30.
How fast are they?
Well, we clocked the T-Rex at 32 miles an hour.
T-Rex?
Mm-hmm.
You said you've got a T-Rex?
Uh-huh.
Say again.
We have a T-Rex.
Wow.
Put your head between your knees.
Dr. Grant. My dear Dr. Sattler. Welcome to Jurassic Park.
That was one of my favorite. That's a scene from one of my favorite movies of all time. Steven Spielberg's Jurassic Park.
Classic.
1993, I think it was. Another number. That's the same year that Chuck D made
89.
Oh, sorry, my bad. Okay, now let me roll up. With that said, we have Oscar nominated.
You know what it is, citizens? I guess, Laura, here's the thing. He's not feeling well today. And we don't have any prescription medication to give him for his tooth. That's really, he's in excruciating pain. So I gave him a shot of whiskey and said, numb it.
That's it.
So this is the whiskey
That's what
talk.
Our grandmas would have done.
Exactly.
Yeah,
so,
you got to numb the pain with some whiskey.
Yeah,
a little hot toddy to start your day.
Yeah.
Oh, wow, Laura's coming with it. Laura Dern is here, ladies and gentlemen. Well, let's talk about it. So you got a hot toddy recipe?
I mean, I do, because I just said to you that toothache is the only pain that goes right into the brain.
Yeah.
It's just impossible to think straight.
Mm-hmm.
So just free fall.
Free fall.
Do it. We're here.
So let me tell you what happened. Laura Dern is here. She's going to talk about the new film Wilson, but she's a Golden Globe winner, Oscar nominated, tremendous actress, looks amazing, got dressed to be here this morning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Looks great.
Of course I dressed up for y'all.
Okay, we appreciate it. Now, let me ask you, I was laying down last night, Laura. We'll get to the movie. And I want to get your take on this, right?
Okay.
So, and all night I was moaning, like, every time I turned on, because the toothache was just pounding and pounding and pounding. And then when I woke up this morning, my significant other, if you will, I'm not married, but that's the good title, right?
Girlfriend.
Yeah.
Girlfriend is good.
I was a grown woman.
Woman
But
friend.
she was questioning me because of the moaning about what I was dreaming about.
Uh-huh.
And I said, no, it was a toothache. And she said, nah, the way you moaned seemed more sexual than it seemed like pain. It seemed like you was enjoying something. And so we got into a little thing about it, and I just felt I was, blamed for something I never did. That because I said something in my sleep. Isn't that foul ball? Like, when you say stuff in your sleep, that can't be held against you, right?
It always is. I don't know why, but us girls will just sneak around and blame you somehow.
Really?
But did you say, baby, you know what?
Yeah.
I got to break it down.
Yeah.
It was a dream that I had a toothache.
Yeah. Didn't work.
Man.
But I'm here today. You've had such an amazing career.
I've been having so much fun.
Yeah.
I'm so lucky.
You're so lucky. And this is your family. You come from a family of entertainers, right?
Yeah, both my parents are actors, and I remember them telling me when I was a young kid, Bruce Dern and Diane Ladd being my parents, and my dad had done a lot of bad guy and westerns at the start of his career, including being the person who killed John Wayne, the only person to kill John Wayne in a movie. And he said, don't get stereotyped always. Be characters, be complicated women. And I was being raised by actresses in the 70s who were making some of our greatest movies, who were fearless about exposing rage, complications, sexuality, whatever it was. And now it's like we have to fight all over again to play complicated characters.
What? Really?
It seems like it, but I just am lucky that directors asked me to do that because it's so fun to be, showing up and being a full human being in a movie.
Instead of being stereotyped or pigeonholed.
Yeah.
What would your stereotype be, though? Like
well, it was
a princess? No.
It was the girl next door for a little bit. I did this film Mask, and I was the blind girl in this movie Mask, and then we did David Lynch's film Blue Velvet, and they said she's the girl next door. And then I did this film Wild at Heart for David Lynch, and she was the sex siren. And then, so you just let them relabel you over and over until they're like, oh, well, Jesus, we have to give up because we have nothing more to call her. So you hope you do enough more and more diverse characters that, they can't label it.
Laura Dern is here.
With Diane Ladd being your mom, is it anything specific that you learned from her as a woman in the business?
Well, as a woman in general, it's to use my voice, know that everybody is your brother and sister, and you've got to always be there for everybody. This is a community, and you get in the streets, and you speak your mind, and God love her, because that's the best thing I got from her. So therefore, that rolls into acting or journalism or anything that we love to do, that we got to speak our truth. Not let anybody get us down. We don't believe in con men and, liars and stuff like that. So the more we get to express that, the better.
I feel like Laura is on the brink of talking her shit right now.
Man,
Man.
You know it. It's that kind of day, guys. The country's feeling it.
Yeah, talk your shit, Laura.
I gotta ask this question because I'm a huge movie fan. You know what I mean? And you work with Spielberg, you work with David Lynch, you work with a lot of great directors and co-stars at the same time. But you've also done a lot of films and movies that aren't necessarily based on comic books and all these tentpole films. You know what I mean? Where it's just like huge budgets and all that stuff. Do you think that bubble is eventually going to burst, or are we getting closer to where the focus will be more? Because a lot of Netflix and TV series are being focused more on writing and better writing and getting the screenplays and that sort of thing.
Well, I guess it's a really exciting time when Star Wars is doing extraordinary business and Moonlight wins the Oscar.
Right.
So it's there's something for everybody.
Right.
And all of it is really getting the support that it deserves. So anytime a small independent film that's about voice and humanity and brokenness and taking away sort of our judgments or our bias, then the world's a better place, and I'm stoked.
Okay, well, speaking about that Oscar moment, you and your mother were both nominated for the same category. If that same instance had happened between you and your mom,
it would have been a cat fight.
Yeah.
Give me that envelope. Yeah. It's mine. No, it's mine. It's going to be in the same house. Get over it.
Exactly.
Laura, I'm just a bit distracted by this bling on your finger.
I know.
Goodness great. How long have you been married?
Oh, no.
That's not.
Girl, I'm single.
Oh!
I just wear it to walk through the streets. No. Actually, this is all just style given to me. I actually
you
am
are
single.
So,
Okay.
I
okay.
really am single.
So then does that lend to any credibility of rumors that you and Common got a little thing?
Common is amazing. As I know you all know,
That's my brother.
he's a beautiful man.
Yeah.
So I'm happy to know him and be friends with him for years now.
Okay.
But rumors will fly and people say what they're going to say all the time.
That's a great answer.
God,
So-
you feel good, Heather?
Look at Heather looking at, I don't know.
Oh, spill a tea.
Okay, that's Common's mental wife right there. Heather B.
He's the most beautiful poet and
She came
voice
with poet
there
first. She
is.
came with poet first. I like that. I like
Yeah.
that. Yeah. I got it.
I
When's your
mean-
birthday?
my birthday?
Yeah.
February 10th.
Okay, yeah. She came with poet
She came
first.
with
I'm
poet
a
first.
Scorpio.
Oh,
November.
you are.
What is Common?
Pisces.
Damn, I was asking Laura.
Oh,
She's
Snooze
the
and
wife.
lose.
I'm just the friend.
yeah. It's different.
It's
Swag.
better. Let the wife answer
Yeah,
first.
we deal with the other stuff.
Oh, wow, that's great. All right, we're going to come back and talk about the new movie, Wilson. You want to speak with Laura Dern, you can. 888-742-3345. I'm going to play this for Laura, and I'm going to play this for Heather, too. It's common alike. If you know the song, sing along. Who knows it? Okay, Heather's singing and Laura's not. Okay,
The wife
that's it.
of Larry.
Well, let me ask you this, Laura. Knowing Common, one of the most respectable people hip hop has ever produced. Friend of mine, him and I came into business around the same time. Our daughters' birthdays are like
I think on the same day or one day apart.
Oh, beautiful.
And so you must know.
Such a great girl.
Well, his daughter is beautiful.
And
yeah.
I'm sure yours is too.
Yeah, thank you.
I just don't have the privilege of knowing her yet.
Yo, you can meet her. She's down at NYU right now.
Awesome.
But she hit me yesterday, my daughter. Okay, Daddy, what do you think about Drake's album? I want to hear your perspective. I said, well, I haven't listened all the way through yet. What is yours? And she wrote me this whole commentary about his album and the whole nine. But through music and hip-hop especially, we're able to speak a common language and bring up topics. You have a teenager, right?
Let me tell you.
What's your
well, I thought, there was credibility to get. I remember thinking, like, through movies and music, that'll be a common conversation.
Yeah.
It's just heartbreaking. I mean, I mostly listen to hip hop. It's almost all he listens to, and he's a musician. And his dad, my ex, is a musician, Ben Harper, and I'm sure Ben also feels like he gets credibility. No, we're so lame. We're so old school. It's like Pearl Jam, Mom. Oh my God. And he goes, you don't even know hip hop. How can you say, like, okay, you love Kendrick, but you don't even know hip hop? I was like, Ellery, I was friends with Tupac. You don't even know. And then I'm like, oh my God, I'm so embarrassed. I'm like trying to get cred from my son. I was like, Ellery. He's like, Mom, it's so embarrassing. Ellery, I saw Chuck D. You don't know. You learn about hip hop and then you tell me. And so now I'm giving him my vinyl and we're having a good common conversation. Wow. Thank God.
Oh my God.
But he's introduced me to music. Honestly, I wouldn't necessarily know. And I do get embarrassed that I don't know things as much as I know. I wouldn't know Frank Ocean. I wouldn't know Travis Scott. I wouldn't know a lot of people he loves. But Kendrick, I'm blown away by.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah. So that's been, an amazing way to get to know things.
Damn, that is so
and he's
dope.
Like, Mom, what? So Mike, we're going to go surfing with your friend, like the dad or whatever. And then he said to me the other day, he's like, he was talking about hip hop. Like, what do you guys know about hip hop? I go, Ellery, he was. Have you heard of the Beastie Boys? His name is Mike D. Your friend's dad. He is a hip hop artist. He was like, oh, all right, okay. Now suddenly Mike's okay to talk to his friend's dad.
Wow.
So I just love that, when you're 15, your parents don't know anything about music.
Right? Yeah.
Wow, Laura, you just went up a few points.
And stunted a little bit too at the same time.
I said, I know Tupac. I knew Tupac.
Right,
wow.
I did.
What was that friendship like?
Well, I actually beautifully kind of knew him through the pursuit for spiritual connection and meditation. And so I had a great opportunity to know him in that way. He was also a beautiful actor.
Yeah.
And so I got to have some amazing conversations with him.
Well, you're in them.
Art and God. I mean, what's a better conversation?
Art and God with Tupac.
Right? It's pretty amazing.
Woo. That's pretty. Let's take a moment right here for Laura Dern, man. You're the bomb. Tell your son I said you're the bomb.
Oh, my God.
All right.
Can you guys give me a copy of this interview?
Yeah, we'll send it to you. Now, we're here to talk about this film, Wilson, which is in theaters Friday, and let's get into it.
Chips, enjoy, guys.
When are you done?
Wilson, I can't.
Oh, no, I got a great surprise for you.
Excuse me. Do you think I could get this with the aioli on the side as I requested? Yeah, I'm so sorry. Let me take that back.
And we still haven't seen that bruschetta.
I'll get that right away.
No.
Listen,
I can't wait
anymore.
No, I got
my job.
Look, it's your daughter. Isn't she beautiful?
Excuse me, we have tickets to Wicked.
Hey, dickhead, shut the fuck up. Can't you see that this woman is having a profound moment?
That was Woody Harrelson playing opposite of Laura Dern, who plays Pippi, right?
Yeah.
Okay, and you guys are divorced couple?
Well, estranged
couple?
from 17 years ago. We never, it sounds like, even really got the divorce finalized. I was on hard times with addiction, and you find out that we had a child, which he didn't know about, and we come back together. I've always been the love of his life, so he finds me 17 years later, and we try to reinvent this Insta family and go on this very damaged and hilarious and ultimately, I find, very tender journey together. And And it's interesting because Woody plays this character, Wilson, which is based on the Daniel Clowes graphic novel, which is amazing. And he can't help but tell the truth. He can't help but get in everyone's face he meets and say, get off your devices and look at another person in the face and have a conversation. And he does the same with his wife. We have this very honest, deep, romantic in its own broken way relationship. And people at first have a hard time with him and say, oh God, it's so uncomfortable. Somebody like tells you the truth about yourself or about the world. And it does amaze me, as I just said to you, that our culture is more comfortable with the lie. That we'll support a con man before we ever want somebody who goes, guys, America, we're kind of screwed and we got to lift ourselves by our bootstraps and be one person and figure this stuff out. That just amazes me.
Woody shows so much range as an actor, and just watching him play this role just reminded me how dope this dude really is. Do you still learn from actors? You've been doing it a while. What did you learn from him?
Well, I forget because he is such a brilliant emotional actor and amazing that I first knew him and fell in love with his work from Cheers. And he's hysterical. And it is it's subversive, but it's a very outlandish comedy. And his physical comedy is hilarious. And the things he does in this movie just crack me up. So I learned how to navigate that tone with him to be funny and let it also be, have a brokenness and a beauty underneath it. And he's incredible.
This seems like one of those movies where improv would really work. That were you allowed to kind of just go off the cuff and just come up with stuff in the instance, or was that?
We were.
Okay.
And I mean, even the dialogue is so radical. You can't believe some of the things we get to say. And I have a bit of a rage issue, so I beat some fools up in the movie. So it gets pretty insane. But then from that place, we got to just party. It was amazing.
Well, the movie is out this Friday. Such an interesting piece of work you guys came up with. The chemistry looks incredible. It looks funny just from the trailer alone. It's called Wilson. Make sure you check it out. You got a lot of other things coming up in your future.
That's right. Did a little digging. Saw that you've got Star Wars: The Last Jedi coming up soon.
Woo!
So I figured we'd give you a little prepared for that movie.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. 40 years ago, in a movie theater far, far away, A New Hope was released. This year, The Last Jedi hits theaters. And Laura Dern, we want to make sure you're ready. This is the Star Wars quiz. Right now, on Sway in the morning.
Yeah, good luck, Laura.
Oh, guys.
All right.
I hope you'll have my back.
I didn't go too hard, but you can get help from your...
I'll tell you a horrible story.
Okay. Ooh, okay.
Laura got all the stories.
I will tell you. This is going to take too long, but I do have a horrible story of playing Trivial Pursuit with my boyfriend at the time when I was 18, who was Kyle MacLachlan. And they said, what movie starred the lead characters Duke Leo, Jessica, and Paul Atreides? Book turned movie. And I went, Star Wars! And all my friends were like, Dune, and he was the star.
And he was your boyfriend?
And he was my boyfriend. But I don't remember character names.
Damn.
So I'm sure I'm going to fail this.
That was unfair.
Okay, don't go so hard on her.
So I know Paul Atreides isn't in Star Wars.
There's no Dune questions. Okay.
Which was a great movie, by the way, Dune.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Starring Sting also. All right. True or false? Darth Vader is Han Solo's father.
True. Oh, false.
Yes, false. Correct. You got it right. We'll edit that out.
Okay. All right, cool.
Anakin Skywalker, Luke Skywalker, and Mace Windu share something in common. What was it? They are all family. They were killed by the same villain. They all had an arm cut off, or they were all taught by Yoda.
4, the last one.
No, they had an arm cut off.
I'm sorry, I have a toothache.
I didn't get one more.
Okay, let me see. Let me pick.
This is why they cast me, actually, was to help me know Star Wars so I could get cred from my kids.
All right. Who is the only character to appear in all Star Wars films? Was it Yoda, R2-D2, C-3PO, or Princess Leia?
God, it's Princess Leia or C-3PO.
You are correct there.
Which one?
Princess Leia.
C-3PO. Yes, C-3PO. You got it right.
You got it right. Give it up for
Now,
Laura Dern.
What if I save the embarrassment and tell you that they made me sign a lot of paperwork saying that I would disclose nothing about Star Wars? So I knew all the answers. I just couldn't act like I knew anything.
So you
that's fake news.
There it is. Oh,
I'll leave you to decide.
Like a triple twist.
Laura, thank you for coming by.
You
Quite
guys
a treat.
are the best.
Absolutely.
You are amazing.
All right, tell your son we said hello.
Oh my God, he'll be so
Okay.
stoked.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
All right, tell Rashid we say hello.
Yes, and
Okay.
well, you tell Rashid I say hello.
Sway just wanted to do that.
It's Sway in the morning, only on Shade 45.